Okay, I'm back, and so now we want to talk about what are the environments in which you find sedimentary rocks. Well, it's basically what environments do you find that have sediments? Where can you get sediments from? And that's basically everywhere. All right, so there's a lot of different places where sedimentary rocks form. Okay, so on this picture here, let's start off in the mountains. So in the mountains, you're going to have physical and chemical weathering that's going to break apart pieces of those rocks. So those pieces of those rocks can pile up at the base of the mountains because of gravity. Now, if for some reason that pile of rocks gets cemented together, so let's say that maybe an ocean is now over the top of that pile of rocks, so that various kinds of cementing agents can glue those rocks together, well, then you have a sedimentary rock. Okay, what would be another place? Okay, you can see that there's a desert there. So a desert is where wind is blowing and it's going to accumulate these sediments, and then again, maybe for some reason those sediments get covered over by water, and then silica gets into that water. The silica can glue it together, and then you end up with like a sandstone. It comes from sand. Okay, another place would be a beach. Well, this time the sand is not coming from sand dunes. It's not being caused by wind. This sand is going to be caused by wave action. Well, that waves has a lot of water in it, and so that water can percolate between those sand grains and can glue them together, and you end up with another kind of a sandstone. Okay, you could have debris that's in a channel of a river, and then eventually the materials that are left in the river channel could get glued together. You could also have rocks that are far out to sea. So close to the shore is where you're going to have lots of silt and mud. And then when that sediment goes to the bottom of the ocean and is glued together, you could have silt stone or mud stone as a result of it. Even further out to sea, you're so far out to sea now that the silt and the mud can't be transported out there. But you could still have water that has a lot of calcium carbonate in it. And then that piles up on the bottom of the ocean floor, and then you can end up with limestone. Okay, then you might have a situation where the ocean evaporates and then materials begin to precipitate out, and so you could end up with lots of salt. So that would be halite, rock salt, or you could end up with a substance that's called gypsum. So there are just all sorts of different places where you could have sediments, and then those sediments could be glued together to make a sedimentary rock. Okay, so now we're ready to start talking about sedimentary rocks, and we'll do that in our next segment.